Hi, everybody, and welcome to this channel. This is Spiritual Teacher for You. My name is Cassie, and I'm here today to do an energy update and a reading using tarot and what other decks of cards I may feel drawn to pull to. I follow my intuition intensely. I follow the energy, and yeah, we figure this out together. So let's look into the cards today and see what Spirit wants us to know for the energy surrounding us now. Okay? It's at this time, of course this reading is timeless. Whenever you are seeing it, that is when you are meant to see it. But the time that I am recording is literally the middle of October, and you can feel the um something approaching. You can feel something approaching, right? And of course it feels like Halloween, but this is different. Okay, I'm getting Samhain. I don't want to say it wrong and offend anyone. Let me see. There we go. Samhain. Okay, so I was very wrong. Yeah, I'm getting Samhain. That's been coming up. Of course it's going to come up because that's the time, but that energy feels very like it might be present in this reading. I'm not an expert. Last year, of course, I looked into Samhain and I even did a reading, I think like mentioning it or whatever, but I haven't felt like a resonance with that energy, but it's coming through here in this reading. So very cool. So, yeah, and I think that's what I'm feeling is just like this transition, reflection, connection. It's the veil is thin right now and it's thinner and I can feel that. If you're sensitive to energy, you probably feel this. So you may be feeling more energies passing through your body because more energies are available now to feel. Um so you may be getting like a sense of your ancestors lately. I'm getting the movie Coco. I almost watched it the other day. I think I'm definitely going to watch that this season of Samhain. Oh, I need to say that with more confidence, they're saying. This is also, I feel that where you look inward and really see if what's inside is matching the outside. That's a very good indicator. Now, spirits wanted me to say, things do take time to align a lot of times, but it really is necessary to see. For example, I had the strongest feeling to throw things away that have just been laying around that need to be thrown away, but you get lazy because you've spent all day doing other stuff that is taking your energy. And so there is a balance of energy that is needed of where you spend your energy, how much you're giving to obligations, and how much you're giving to yourself needs to be taken a look at here. Okay. This is also a time of not our ancestors just reaching out to us, but us reaching out to them. I have been lighting a candle, which has gone out. So give me a second. I'm going to light another candle. Very interesting. So normally I pick a colorful candle, but the color that has come out is black. And I am wearing black. There is color down below, but it's interesting that black really called to me. So I'm going to light this candle. And this is, to me, this is calling on my ancestors saying, hello, I honor you. I appreciate you. Thank you for passing down the strength and courage to break cycles. Thank you for passing down your gifts, your abilities, your perspective, your wisdom. And thank you for helping me continue on this highest path. So lighting a candle helps kind of say hello and just let them know that you are honoring them and not ignoring their call. Okay. Dang it, I knew that was going to happen. Let me get this situation real quick. I don't know if I learned this from someone or I thought of it myself. I can't tell. But see how it's not moving? If you like light the bottom of the candle and the wax kind of softens and then you put it down and then it hardens and then it sticks in place. I know it's a simple idea and I'm sure I've seen it on a video somewhere, but anyways, moving on. So yeah, and this is also a time of I would say not only going inwards, but really doing a cleaning of sorts. It just feels, and maybe that's what I'm feeling, you guys. The veil gets thinner. Oh, everything's connected. The veil gets thinner as you declutter, which helps you connect with spirit even more. It's interesting that my dog decided to bark then. Whenever my animals bark, of course, I see that as a sign to get your attention. My solar plexus is lighting up. Someone's definitely trying to get your attention, and I am fully in full belief that it is your ancestors. So we've got 10 of Wands coming out here. And it's funny because normally I keep shuffling, but I felt the need to just show or just to have one card and then put the deck down. So this feels like the exact moment where you're at, where you are at a place of you have only gone as far as you could possibly go with what you're doing. That's what this feels like. So the fact that I chose black is coming back to me. They're saying I didn't explain it fully. Black is death and rebirth, right? So this 10 of Wands is representing an ending to something, a death, even though death doesn't come, but you are transitioning into something different here. I'm feeling for some of you, you're literally on the other side. Some of you are in the in between of this transition, and some of you are right at the edge of a big breakthrough and change. Some of you have had a big breakthrough. So, let's see. What do you want to tell the collective that have broken through? Because that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like the people that I'm really tuning into, or what I feel a lot is like those that have had a breakthrough. Okay. So what's on the other side of this breakthrough? We've got the moon and we've got judgment. Okay. I'm just going to say the obvious here, that it feels like you are, judging and shaming and feeling guilty about some of your shadows, some of your darker past maybe. And okay, let's talk about that, spirit, to the collective here. Let's talk about the past and really crappy things that you've done in the past. Maybe you've even hidden things, and that's what I'm getting from the moon. You've hidden things from people that you love because you know if you told them, maybe they would judge you or they would possibly not want to be with you anymore. It just feels like there's something that you haven't fully come out about, whether that's something you believe in or that's something you did in the past or that's something that you like. I'm getting like a fetish almost that you're kind of ashamed of. So it's just something here that's hidden that you're really tired of. You just want to be able to be yourself, right? And so you're tired of holding this, and that is what I'm getting from this as well. So you're tired of holding this secret inside, and I feel that you're scared of judgment. You're scared that it will have consequences. And yeah, okay, let's dive into that a little bit more. I feel it's a little scattered energy right now because I hear a lot of your worries. I hear a lot of your like, well, it might break me and my partner up. It might I might get judged by the public. This is just that secrecy. Ace of Cups. Okay, so Spirit is wanting you to approach this from a place of self-love. There was 1010 on the timer just now as I looked at it. And this is like understanding that this is forgiveness for yourself. This is acceptance of yourself and your shadows and the things you've done and the mistakes you've made and lies you've told. Guys, we're human. I know you may have done something bad that people consider bad, but what we do is we act from our trauma, right? So if you don't heal your trauma, you continue to act from it. When you heal your trauma, you act from love. So Spirit's really wanting you to make sure that you are healed or healing or trying to heal from this trauma so that you can live in an authentic way and not that of secrecy. Okay? So I hear someone asking, so do I tell what I did? Do I say, like, do I expose myself? Look at this. That's exactly the question coming up. Like, do I don't like, I can't say what I just feel like you are so not about sharing what you find to be a shadow of yours. Okay, we've got the Lovers here. So let's get more though from that. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. All right. Okay, cool. Spirit was like, you need to look back at that Seven of Swords that's reversed. When it is upright, this is the card of self-sabotage, self-denial, really holding yourself back because of how you think and believe. And so since it's reversed, this is like seeing clarity. This is being able to, it's almost like the Hanged Man energy I'm getting from this actually. Almost like you hanging upside down is giving you a different pressure to be able to loosen those ties so that you can wiggle out of the self-denial that you've been in. Okay, interesting. All right here. Okay, so this is good. This is good because then we have the Lovers and the Knight of Cups coming after that. So I hear forgiveness. I hear balance. I hear romance. Definitely. Okay, come on. Let's get more. Let's get more after this Knight of Cups. Tell me more, Spirit, please. Thank you. Okay. I'll be darned. We got the Hangman, but it's reversed. Oh, gosh. That's like the opposite energy of the Seven of Swords. This is crazy. Okay, wait. I got to put these side by side. So I was getting Hanged Man energy from this. Now the Hanged Man comes out, but it's reversed. So it's almost like the energy of the Seven of Swords. What is this reversal energy? This, what's it called? The inverse. Yeah, I'm getting inverse energy here. There's opposite. Okay, so wait, now I'm getting divine masculine, divine feminine, and I'm getting that the divine feminine is healing from self-sabotaging thoughts and a mindset and beliefs. And the masculine, the divine masculine, is actually feeling a little stuck right now. Give me more, please, on the divine masculine. What is he feeling stuck on? Or what? Okay. The Magician. Building the life. Okay, so your masculine's trying to build the life that they really desire. But it feels like they don't believe it can happen. They don't believe that they can have a love that they're truly desiring. Interesting. Why is that? The Wheel of Fortune. Because of events of the past. Okay. Because of what they've done. They don't feel worthy. Oh my gosh. They don't feel worthy of this love. So your divine masculine's really struggling with self-worth right now. Okay, we've got the Four of Wands. So this that felt like a confirmation as to this energy I'm feeling, is that they know what they want. They just don't feel they deserve it, or that they've got to work for it, or their beliefs about how they get this is so upside down. They think they have to work really hard, prove their worth when it's already there. Okay, so what is the divine feminine's role in this? What's the divine feminine's role? Okay, so she is, and I say she or he, not meaning gender, just for ease of talking. She seems to be moving on from old beliefs as well. But it seems she has moved on. So so what can she do? What can she do? Okay, so this feels like authenticity, speaking her truth, showing up authentically. Because as you show up authentically, remember, you are a mirror. You and your person, divine feminine, divine masculine, are a mirror of each other. And so as you show up authentically, this gives the space for your masculine to show up authentically. And that's kind of what they're waiting on, is feeling safe. That's why they're thinking they're going to be judged, but really they just want to let it go. They want to let it go, and they want to feel good that they're not gonna destroy anything by letting it go. But if something is destroyed, that's what it was meant to be. But the thought of that, I can tell the divine masculine is really struggling with. Okay. We've got 4 cards that came out all like flip face down, so I have no idea what they are. I'm going to tell you the energy I feel, and we'll see if the cards back it up. I don't know if I've explained this clearly, but Spirit really wants me to say that divine feminine, you are responsible for creating a safe place for your masculine to be the most honest and authentic that he can. Because it does feel like the divine feminine is the key to this heart open relationship. I'm getting a symbolism of a heart-shaped key, actually. Okay. 10 of Swords. 9 of Swords. 9 of Wands. King of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. You guys, wow. And I felt very strong to do it individual. It felt very individual. We got 9s here. So again, there's that that energy of you're at that breaking point. I just feel you're at this breaking point. But it's almost like it's the breaking point that's going to bring in the necessary information and directness that you need, and that it leads to balance. The breaking point is actually what cracks open this false foundation I'm getting, almost like You tried to build a house on a foundation that wasn't solid enough. It was porous, it had holes. And now this breaking point is actually breaking the foundation enough that you can start over again. And so I do feel the masculine showing up as the King of Swords and the feminine showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. The masculine being very direct and forward and saying their truth and speaking it in a way that's understanding and it's of maturity and knowing where it comes from and knowing that believing and having faith that you as their divine feminine or partner, divine counterpart, will be in this state of unconditionally loving them. Gosh, that was hard to get out, right? So they're worried that you aren't going to love them based on this shadow side of them. It feels like they've tried to give you a sneak peek of their shadow side to kind of like gauge where you're at with it. Yeah, it's almost like y'all you they've tested you. So it feels like there's something in the past that they saw that made them not trust your reaction, possibly. Okay. And that's why you're being encouraged as the divine feminine to show up authentically and speak your truth and be in your truth. Because this 6 of Swords divine feminine is all the lies you told yourself before about love, I'm getting, about marriage. So this could be a very harmonious union here that I'm feeling. I just feel so much fear around the truth. Oh my. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so this feels like, when you have a baby and you come home from the hospital, you feel very safe at the hospital. Doctors, nurses are there, all the medical equipment. If something happens to your baby, you feel good, right? You bring the baby home and there's no manual, okay? There's no step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. There's none of that. You're responsible for a human being that is totally dependent on you, right? And so you have raised or you've almost become this like master, not yeah, this sovereign independent master teacher almost. I'm getting that you've been through so much now that you are capable of teaching others about it. I'm I'm trying to go with the flow here, okay? There's just something here about parenting, but not in a literal sense, but almost a metaphorical sense. So there's something here about parenting your inner child. Okay, there it was. There's the message I was missing. This feels like you and your divine counterpart doing something that has no instructions to it. So it feels like you and them are doing something brand new to bring abundance and wealth into the world, but in ways of love. I'm getting like a sacred space. I'm getting like very protected energy here from whatever you're doing. So it's definitely divinely orchestrated with your initiation and activations. That's why the Wheel of Fortune also came out earlier. Earl, the name Earl. Carl's coming out. Pearl. 2 of Swords. Okay, so it feels like this feels like a crossroads where you're making a decision. Okay, what does this decision have to do with? Queen of Swords, setting boundaries about your energy. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting a very strong message that if you truly feel uncomfortable with something, you need to speak up. You need to say what makes you feel uncomfortable and figure out. It doesn't I'm getting that someone wants to make sure that why they're feeling uncomfortable. Is it a trauma? Is it something triggering the trauma? Is it triggering some shadow within? But that doesn't mean you can't still say it to whoever is doing the triggering. There's a way to approach it in this honest, direct way. Like, hey, your actions are triggering something in me. And I don't expect you to change your actions. I just wanted you to be aware of what it's doing. You can choose to change your actions or not, but I leave that up to you. Gosh, this really is a high level love here. It feels very much like unconditional love, because imagine you're with someone and they royally mess up, and because you unconditionally love them, you give them the space to figure out their demons, no matter how long it takes. Spirit, is that I can't tell if my ego's getting in the way here, but I can't imagine dealing with someone else's demons so closely and being able to thrive as their divine counterpart. So that's why coming to the realization that as you increase your self-love and you realize we're all connected, and judging someone is just judging yourself, or dismissing someone is just dismissing yourself, because everyone is a reflection of you. Wow, that's pretty deep, you guys. The Fool. Yeah, this is a new level of energy here. Unconditional love almost kind of looks messy, you guys. And I have a card that I created that says love looks different as you increase your self-love. And now it's becoming clear why. Because a lot of people will judge people for staying with someone that they deem as bad or not good for them. Now don't get me wrong. There are a lot of terrible situations that do not need to be together, but this is a different kind of love that I'm referring to. So this is a love that has evolved, that has created a solid foundation to where, gosh golly, to where you understand that everyone has their shadows that they're dealing with. And who are you? So I'm getting that somebody's like, if somebody's going to be cheating on me or beating on me, I ain't going to be with them. And like, yes, that is absolutely correct. Okay. There is a boundary, for this, but at the same time, gosh, yeah, my ego's really butting up against this information hardcore. And the black flame is really like going at it right now. Like hold on. Not the black flame, the black candle. I don't know if you can see it. Well, it was until I picked it up. Anyways, so what I'm struggling with is, and I'm just being real and honest here, I can't imagine staying with someone who treats you poorly by cheating or beating or just, and I personally have been in situations like that, and I know a lot of you have as well. And there's absolutely No way. I could have stayed with them. But, and this is where Spirit's trying to help me understand, I was not at a healed place. I was not loving unconditionally. I was loving conditionally. And my self love at that time was very poor, like very poor. So now, in a more healed state and loving myself more, I don't see it as toleration for those things. I see it as, it feels like every situation is different, because I can't imagine a healed person would act in those ways anyways, right? So there are circumstances where the divine feminine or masculine may separate from each other in order to allow that healing to take place within the other. And that does not mean that you are not loving them. In fact, you are loving them by allowing this separation to take place. If they are actively treating you in an unhealed way. But if they come forward with, okay, and this feels specific, so you may not resonate with this, but if your partner comes forward with information from the past that they've been holding on to, that's what I feel here, okay? Is that someone's holding on to information from the past, or they have been squashing down a desire or some kind of information that they just don't feel like you will appreciate about them. But I feel that this is coming from a masculine or feminine who has done healing and growing. And that's why it is burdening them, because they've healed and grown and they know that they want to continue forward in an honest, open way. And that is why the Hanged Man is reversed, because they can't see how it could go good, how it could work out in their favor. When in all actuality, it will be the thing that will be the breaking point that is needed. It will be the breakthrough that is needed for this new, solid, higher level relationship to be able to be sustained on. Holy moly, 33:03 on the clock, on the timer. That was an amazing message, you guys. That was, I can just feel this super intense love. And it's unconditional love. It's love without condition. And loving without condition does not mean that you have to be present while they do the healing from their trauma. That is the big message. And I feel Spirit going, that's enough to be digested. But since that was such heavy, heavy energy, I'm going to lighten it up with some Bob. I love Bob. Okay, so Mr. Bob, I really believe if you practice enough, you could paint the Mona Lisa with a 2-inch brush. So I'm getting from that a lot of people don't want to do things because they don't feel that they have the talent already. And Bob himself is saying you literally can do anything with enough practice. How badly do you want it is the question. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. That was an amazing reading. Whoever I'm connecting to, you are on an amazing journey. And Spirit wants me to remind you at this last minute of this message to release and let go and allow the breakthrough to happen. Okay? I love you so much, and I'm here with you, and I believe in you, and I'm so proud of you. I will see you next time. Much love and light. Bye.